What up, nerds? This is Grap Tops. We paint people. I want to talk about an impossible question, both really and philosophically. How much is enough? How much money is enough to give these companies that put on the shows that we watch? I am not talking independents here. They have actual money troubles. Go to the shows, buy your tickets, buy some merch. I'm talking about the big televised companies, which would be NWA or MLW if they got their deals, but we can't have those things. This is actually take two. I recorded the whole thing, but perfect being the enemy of good, it didn't sit right with me. I took in some more info, did some tweaks. Overall, the format of the channel has been getting a lot of thought. There's a level of guilt being yet another man talking into the void, but at the same time, I feel like if I'm just showing footage and talking over it, it's kinda lazy. I am not throwing stones. More, I don't want to just rely on somebody else's stuff and have to worry about the disastrous systems in place here. Trust me, I have a plan for using regular footage. We think it's hilarious, but it's been a little more challenging to come up with than writing it down on paper. I was reminded on the VOW flagship about Adam Silver's comments. They have a highlight base for it, so you don't need to buy the product. We can go down here and look at his actual quotes, talking about the assorted packages that they have sold off their product to. No, I don't care that my script has gone off, my audio syncs, I'm not taking that out. If you really want to watch their product, you will pay up as they spread content to whoever gives them more money. You can watch individual games if you want the thing. You can pay $100 for League Pass, or you can just suck it up and deal with it, which is what he's saying. People are talking about the Paramount Skydance merger and how that might be bad for WB. It's bad for everybody in general, but on top of that, I don't see nearly as many people talking about how David Zaslav, Warner's CEO, essentially said, "That's cute, come back to the table with a real offer," and that the real price is going to be much higher. So yes, they will be sold again because that is this hellscape we live in, but we don't know who it's going to be, we don't know how much, we don't know anything about the ramifications, we know a lot of what ifs. We know 2027 is remarkably a long time away, with, November's feeling even further. But we don't know what's going to happen between now and then, and anyone who tells you different just probably wants you to pay them $5 a month, which, let me take the opportunity, this video is brought to you by me. I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon, but no, I haven't shared those because I don't think I deserve it yet. But please, I've noticed there is an actual difference between if I say like and subscribe versus those who don't. I hit 60, they went back down, but still, that feels really impressive to me because I'm doing this to learn. So yes, the sponsorship, me. Please like, please subscribe, follow to find out what I'm doing with making a wheelchair for my dog, and I have an idea. We are going to keep up the series introduction for AEW. Every roster member ever. Eventually, I'll segment it out to be better, from both the spicy, remembers way too much, and the casual. You might have saw we posted some event pictures this past weekend. The difference in tone will probably, if you didn't believe there were multiple people before, well, go back and listen to the all-in predictions. You hear voices, there's another person. But we're going to come together and give you what is everybody, what are their stories, and what did that mean? Because between the two of us, we watched all of it. And you want to know about the Brandon Cutler, Pretty Peter Avalon feud, about who to get the first win? That's been covered. What about the Hardy family office and all of those things? Yes, you're probably screaming a little bit internally at that, and well, that's not going to get a lot. But we'll get there when we get there. Right now, how much money do you need to spend to actually watch these things? So how do we watch in 2025? There's two real options. In the building, on a screen. Buying tickets is the most important thing. We saw what happens when there are no fans in the stands. It exists, but It isn't good, and the performers don't like it either. But unless it's an Eric Bischoff company, you aren't getting in for free. The other option is Screen. I say other, but I'm not revising it. Either a TV network or a streaming service on demand, some kind of viewing where they can't hear what you're saying. Some are paid, some are free, some are going to happen anyways, and a company that cares about building an audience won't be as strict about extra eyes finding a way, but that's after the data. There's two real options, in the building or on a screen. Buying tickets is the most important thing. We saw what happened when there are no fans in the stands. It exists, but it isn't great, and the performers don't like it either. But unless it's an Eric Bischoff company, you aren't getting in for free. The main option for most of us is on a screen. Either a TV network, a streaming service, on demand, some kind of viewing where they can't hear what you're saying. Some are paid, some are free, some are ad subsidized, some are going to happen anyways, and a company that cares about building an audience won't be as strict about extra eyes finding a way, but that's after the data. Currently, the weekly shows are available on Netflix and HBO Max respectively. Personally, we get these services through other companies at the base level with commercials, but these prices do keep rising over time, with the 4K tiers being largely useless if you're only a wrestling fan, since 4K content isn't there. But the weekly shows build to the big event, and that keeps changing how you watch. It's a growing story how the new ESPN service is having a rocky rollout with confusion about who gets it as part of another service. Which, it's not that many, because I know this might be news for some of you, but ESPN thinks they're really important. The version you used to get, that's not it anymore. You're going to pay them money. One of the main reasons we left cable, our last provider was DirecTV 4K satellite, because it actually delivered 4K, a product worth paying for. But a lot of the carrier fees were for channels that we just could do without. Just like every other service that's gotten worse over time, there was a time I would have considered it, but the modern corporate monster of ESPN that continues to shove performative clowns like Stephen A. Smith in our face, that is useless to me, and I hope they fail simply for the chaos. That's not the point here. Point is, if you want to watch the next 5-match Triple Nariz sex trafficking special, it's going to cost you $30 a month. That's every month. For the purpose of calculation, I'll give them a break and use the $25 a month that comes if you buy the annual version. That's $300. On top of Netflix, which I went ahead and had that, I'll jump slightly out of order. Netflix, monthly, $8, standard with ads, $18 a month without, which you kind of, I know it's what they want, but you're going to be sitting through video packages anyway, so you might as well get the ads. And ESPN, this is what you get with your package Select. Unlimited, what you need for WrestlePalooza, is $29.99 a month. Yes, you can get it cheaper if you buy the whole thing, but this is what they want you to do. Give them even more money. You get the $29.99 a month for a year to get more services, or pay more money to get more. Because, oh, look at this, you can add on for NFL Red Zone. They want to get their hooks in you really good because that's what historically they've been able to do. But realistically, it's about $400 for a year of WWE programming. Pay-per-view is still very much a thing, and business is good enough to keep going. Using the 2024 and announced 2025 schedule, we have 9 events each year. Simple math, full 50, that's $450 right there if you buy every show. That doesn't give you weekly TV. We're being fair here, so Untitled Warner streaming service, which right now, $10 a month or $100 a year. So that puts you at a year of regular on-the-price AEW programming, $550. Then they come out, they have the $10 discount if you're buying 40 times 9, 360, plus you pay, technically you're at $460 for a year of AEW if you buy the service and all of the pay-per-views on the service itself. So that tells you what it is to watch from home. Let's go and see what it costs to actually get there. For scale, this Raw, upcoming Evansville, Indiana, night after a pay-per-view. What's it cost to get in the building? Lowest price, $79.10. Best seats, $509.70. You want to go down there, you are paying $510, fees not included, for Raw. And you are paying $79.10, $80 for the nosebleeds. That's not excellent. What about the pay-per-view the night before? Saturday the 20th. To get in the building right now, we have $161. Best price. Let's click the thing to get rid of resale, because we're going to be honest, both sides. $1,200 to the whatever they decide to put on. That's you. But just to get in the building, remember, lowest price, $161 or up top. Oh, sorry, that's $192 because it's straight on. I wanted to see what's the next domestic pay-per-view to see one further out, but for them, that has to be Load More. We get to Survivor Series in November. What is Survivor Series looking like? Lowest price, No. We're going face value only. Oh. $256 is the lowest to get in. That is a bizarre ticket map with so many resales. But what do you want for best? $4,800, $6,000, $61. Yeah, if you want to be ringside for this, for a Survivor Series, it's going to be over $6,000 a seat, fees not included. That just doesn't feel very good to me. We're going to do the same thing, though, with the other side. Similar thing. Dynamite in Pittsburgh, the show right after the pay-per-view. Lowest price. There are a bunch of things, but let's just get rid of resale. $34.90. Best seat, what does it take me to? $300 for ringsiders, which not as much available right now because it's kind of close. What about the pay-per-view? All Out, this coming Saturday. Lowest price, $52 Canadian. Best seats, okay, I'm somewhat confused by what I'm looking at this time. $521. I seem to recall, when I did this the first time, it was $700-ish, which equaled out to about $560 American for the best seat available at the time. Seats have moved since then, but you get a sense of the general scale. Going back to the American version of Ticketmaster, we go back, Wrestle Dream, October, the next pay-per-view. Let's see how that's doing. And we will look at the show immediately preceding it, because we know the go-home can be the hype. Lowest price, $38. You're getting in for under $40 before tax fee, etc. No. Resale, go away. $631. Is that for, yeah. Second row, $631. That's literally a tenfold difference. But yeah, we do that. And Independence, Missouri, double taping before the pay-per-view. Similar to what's going to be this Wednesday. There are no resales, so I don't have to bother with that. Lowest price, $35.55, very similar. Best seats, $420. I can get on with that number. But yeah, to be very ringside. What's the premium version? $498 for the premium version. Just out of curiosity, Full Gear, one of the big four. So we could say this one should be even more. Wrestle Dream, it's a new invention. It's padding the schedule. To be honest, we know that you want more money. That's part of the point of this. But yeah, $40 to get in. Best seats. I got some 700s here. That's a resale. But what's row 2 gonna cost me here? $974. Okay, that's why I looked at one of the big four. $712 for here. $566. The special VIP, $921. For one of the big four pay-per-view shows, they have their special ones are still under $1,000. And a VIP party deck, which is $195. That is certainly intriguing, and I was unaware of it before I clicked on that. But that just to show you, yes, there is a difference in ticket prices between the companies. Remember how I said being in the building is the most important thing? It gives the shows life on top of being a usually great experience. Ratings are one thing, but attendance is solid and quantifiable in a different way. Yes, you can give tickets away. How many of you have been in a restaurant or out in public and a team rep comes and says, "Hey, free tickets to the game tonight," and you leave them on the table because you do not care? If a show isn't interesting, there's not anything you can do to make somebody actually walk in that door. I can also point to a specific example coming up of the question that the average fan can face, and I want to shine a light on something I've heard brought up other places. We have tickets for the Daily's Place double shot coming up, and are happy with that. It'll be plenty of driving, but it should be worth it. Given that we already have that much driving ahead of us, Dynamite the week before in Hollywood, that's right out. But Collision in Lakeland? Plausible. If this was the only stop, it wouldn't be a question. But looking at the seat map, I'm not alone in not jumping on buying. Actually, you know what? So I am even more annoyed looking at this screen for the Collision taping. This looks fine, okay. I'm on seat map to pick my seat. Let's click it. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. Seat map. Select a section to see available seats. I'll click this one right here. What the fork is this? I can kind of make out that it's rotated, but no, not really. As I go back and forth, it's 2, it's 3, and the end, you rotate it on me, and then I have to figure where it's gonna be. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, that's certainly a choice. But $471 for front row here. $471, $470. Yeah, you go to the $181 for row 3. But yeah, sorry. This is a case you have trained us. Wait for the coupon code. Wait for whatever. It's only calling things all-star tags is one thing. Road to tags are genuinely not a diminishing term, but the thing is, with a road to tag match, you have to be on the road to somewhere. You have to be on the road to destruction, road to... I'm forgetting every other show's name except Wrestle Kingdom at this moment, but you have to be on the road to Wrestle Dream, road to All Out, something like that, if you want to actually keep giving us these tag matches. why am I going to buy tickets for this Collision? Yes, I want to see Ring of Honor tapings. I want a possible Jordan Oliver sighting. But this is not inspiring. It's part of why ticket sales are not increasing. The week-to-week is not easy to count on who you're going to get. I'm not talking missing particular stars, but some of them it's harder to know you're going to get a show that was worth it. I'm going to cut myself off from meandering just to say that it's interesting times these days, and when executives treat us the way they do, they should not be surprised when they get certain treatments back in return. Why am I using the Prime Video all-out pay-per-view for $49.99 when they clearly want you to be using the HBO Max one for $40? Because you bet your ass I'm including an affiliate link here and posting it a few times, because, hey, there's a lot of people out there who don't have subscriptions, and honest, like I said, this is for making the dog wheelchair, so that's where those funds are going. Like, subscribe. If you're at Jacksonville, we might see you in the stands. We'll see about that Collision, because we'll probably go, but like I said, we're waiting on the coupon codes. But until that day comes, we'll see you in the stands or in the warp.